Welcome to Samsara Sagas, where timeless stories from ancient Indian wisdom come alive, one tale at a time. The Bride of the Crocodile King. This is a tale from the folk traditions of Punjab, a story originally titled Badshah Gharial. It speaks of a bargain struck in fear, a journey beneath the river, and a revelation of secrets hidden beneath the surface, of the water and of life itself. Once upon a time, in a small riverside village, there lived a poor farmer. His days were long but simple and rewarding. Tilling his fields, watching the crops sway in the breeze, and ensuring each harvest would feed his family. One morning, he stepped into his fields only to freeze in shock. The land was alive, but not with golden wheat. Instead, the earth seemed to move with scaly, slithering shapes. Crocodiles, dozens of them, their heavy bodies crushed his tender crop, their jaws snapping as they claimed the fields as their own. The farmer's heart pounded. He grabbed a stick, shouted, waved his arms, but the crocodiles only hissed and glared with sharp, glittering eyes. Frightened, he begged the beasts, "Please leave me be. Spare my land." The largest crocodile slid forward. In a low, rumbling voice it said, "We will go, but only if you promise us something." The farmer trembled. Anything you want." The crocodile's jaws parted in a slow grin. "Our king saw your daughter by the river the other day and desires your daughter's hand in marriage." The farmer's stomach turned cold. But before he could protest, the crocodile slithered back into the river, the water closing over them, as though nothing had happened. At home, the farmer told his wife. Her face went pale. "A promise to crocodiles? Absurd! We'll forget it. Surely nothing will come of it." The couple went about finding their daughter a more appropriate husband. But fate had other plans. When the daughter's first suitor arrived, he mysteriously fell ill and died the day of the wedding. Another came, and the same tragedy struck. The family began to whisper in fear. The farmer finally admitted the truth. He had promised their daughter to the Crocodile King. The mother wept, but the daughter, gentle, kind, and brave, lifted her chin. "Father, a promise once given must be honored. If this is my fate, then I will go." The next morning, the riverbank came alive. Crocodile bridesmaids emerged, carrying silks and jewelry, henna and sweets. They dressed the girl as a bride, adorning her with shimmering bangles and bright bridal wear. Then, with music echoing like drums of the deep, Crocodile appeared. He was massive, his turban gleaming, his teeth sharp as daggers. With solemn dignity, he led the girl to the river, and as they approached, the waters parted, opening a shining path straight into the depths below. The villagers gasped as the procession disappeared into the waters. The girl never looked back. Months passed. The farmer's heart grew heavy with longing for his daughter. Then he remembered. The Crocodile King had once given him a brick, saying, "Throw it into the river, and the waters will open for you." Clutching the brick, the farmer cast it into the river. The waters rippled, then divided, revealing the hidden path. With trembling steps, he followed. After walking for what seemed a long, long time, the farmer finally reached his daughter's home. There lay a sight beyond imagination. A glittering palace of crystal and gold, with gardens of rare flowers, fountains of sparkling water, and walls studded with jewels that caught the light like stars. In the palace garden, he saw his daughter, radiant, happy, and more beautiful than ever. She embraced him with tears of joy. "Father, you came!" And then the Crocodile King returned. But he wasn't the beast the farmer feared. Before him stood a handsome young man, tall and noble, clad in golden armor, a crown on his head. The farmer's eyes widened. "But who are you?" The man bowed. "I am the Crocodile King. On land, I must wear the skin of a crocodile. That is the curse I carry. But here, in my true home, I am as you see, human. Your daughter's courage, her honor, her willingness to keep her father's word brought her here. And here she is my queen, my love, my heart." The farmer felt the weight of fear lift. His daughter wasn't trapped in a monster's lair. She was cherished, respected, and loved. Still his voice trembled. "But may she return home to visit us?" The king shook his head gently. "The world of the river and the world of the land cannot mix. And yet I will not keep you apart. You and your wife may come here instead. This kingdom, its gardens, its light, and its joy can be yours too." And so the farmer returned, told his wife all he had seen, and together they crossed the magical waters. No longer did they live in fear. Instead, they lived in wonder, united with their daughter. They now lived as a family in a kingdom where promises kept brought not loss, but love and a new beginning. As the water closed over the Crocodile King's world, we're left with echoes, reminders that reach far beyond this tale, into the lives we lead today. Here are 3 that stand out. When words bind. The farmer's words, spoken in fear, bound his daughter's future. At first they felt like chains, but when she chose to honor them, those same words opened a path into a new world. Promises are like threads, fragile when made, but powerful when kept. Too often, we treat words casually, tossing them out without thought, and even taking them back when they feel inconvenient. Yet, each time we do, trust frees. In our own lives, the promises we make, even the smallest ones, shape how others see us and how we see ourselves. A casual assurance to a friend, a commitment to show up for someone, a vow whispered in private. These things build trust brick by brick. When we keep our word, we create a sense of safety and belonging that no wealth can buy. When eyes deceive. To the villagers, the Crocodile King was nothing but teeth and scales. To the daughter who dared to look deeper, he was a man of dignity and love. Isn't that often the case in life? We rush to label what we don't understand. A neighbor who seems cold, a colleague who looks unfriendly, even parts of ourselves that appear rough or unworthy. But if we pause, listen, and stay curious, we may discover a very different truth. Sometimes what we fear holds hidden beauty. What looks ordinary carries quiet strength. Life becomes richer when we refuse to stop at the surface. When courage calls. The daughter's courage didn't look like a warrior's battle. It was quieter, lonelier. The willingness to walk into uncertainty because it was the right thing to do. That kind of bravery is not far from us. It might be standing up for someone when silence feels easier, choosing honesty when a lie would be safer, or stepping towards a challenge we long for but fear. Each act of courage, however small, reshapes the road ahead of us. The waters of our lives don't part on their own. They respond when we take the step. This was The Bride of the Crocodile King, a tale from Samsara Sagas, where ancient Indian stories whispered timeless truths to modern souls. While the story ends here, the journey continues within you.